Welcome back, everybody, to another cryptocurrency news article. This one comes out of Decrypt, and BlockFi owes $1 billion to just three of its largest creditors, says a bankruptcy filing. That's right, the largest creditor includes the trustee company that manages its BlockFi interest accounts, FTX US, and the SEC. So let's learn a little bit more about this. BlockFi is just one of the next dominoes to fall from the FTX debacle and everything. So yes, go over it. BlockFi Inc. owes more than $1 billion to three of its largest creditors, including $30 million it has yet to pay the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission as part of the $100 million settlement that was announced in February, according to the company's bankruptcy filing. Altogether, BlockFi owes its 50 largest creditors $1.3 billion, according to its bankruptcy filing, and has between $1 billion and $10 billion in assets and liabilities. Initial bankruptcy petitions require only that the companies check a box next to ranges, but the filing did say that BlockFi has more than 100,000 creditors. Those liabilities include $729 million owed to Ankara Trust Company, the trustee through which the company runs its BlockFi interest accounts, as part of its agreement with the SEC to update and register the product. BlockFi suspended registration for the interest-bearing accounts in February, then launched BlockFi Yield earlier this month after notifying the SEC in a filing. But definition securities registered under the SEC's Regulation D exemption are available only to accredited or wealthy investors. BlockFi did not immediately respond to a request for comment from Decrypt, but the company filed its petition for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on Monday after weeks of speculation that BlockFi would be unable to continue operating in the wake of FTX's filing for bankruptcy on November 11th. Now, BlockFi had a lot of exposure to FTX after it received $400 million line of credit in July following the collapse of Terra's algorithmic stablecoin in May. Now, when Terra UST stablecoin lost its one-to-one peg with the US dollar, it wiped out $40 billion in funds. In the following months, it became clear hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, or 3AC, had what co-founders Su Zhu and Kyle Davies called an overexposure to Terra, along with illiquid positions in staked Ethereum and Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. As a result of the exposure, crypto broker Voyager Digital issued a default notice for $661 million in outstanding debt owed to it by 3AC. Days later, the hedge fund filed for bankruptcy, then Voyager itself filed for bankruptcy the same week, and Celsius Network as well, a crypto lender, filed for bankruptcy a week later. Now, BlockFi also had exposure to 3AC, but managed to stay in business because of the revolving line of credit it received from FTX. Now, at the time, former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried said that he was disappointed that more companies and investors weren't getting involved to help struggling players in the industry. Since then, FTX has itself gone under. Bankman-Fried's company was just weeks ago forced to admit that it did not hold one-to-one reserves of customer funds after a bank run on the exchange caused a liquidity crisis. Now, BlockFi owes West Realm Shires Inc., the parent company of FTX US, $275 million on its revolving line of credit. The deal included an agreement for FTX to acquire the company for a variable price of up to $240 million based on the performance triggers. BlockFi CEO Zach Prince said on Twitter. So here is this tweet on yesterday we signed a definitive agreement subject to shareholders' approval for FTX US, a $400 million revolving credit, which is subordinate to all clients and funds, and then two, an option to acquire BlockFi at variable price of up to $240 million based on performance triggers. Now, BlockFi also owes another of its creditors $49 million, making them the third largest creditors, but redacted the name and contact information, saying only that the person is a client. The only other creditor in the filing that includes some detail is institutional loans, now which shows that the total claim is for $21.7 million, but it's offset by $19.4 million in collateral, meaning that BlockFi owes $2.2 million. This is not looking good. The BlockFi entity that are covered by the petition for bankruptcy included BlockFi Inc., BlockFi Services Inc., BlockFi International Ltd., and the limited liability company BlockFi Wallet, BlockFi Ventures, BlockFi Trading, BlockFi Lending 2, and BlockFi Investment Products. Whew, so yeah, BlockFi is down. I wonder who's going to be next. Will it be Grayscale? Someone said, like, Binance, but I haven't seen any article on that going. But again, People, I have no sympathy for anybody who keeps their money on an exchange at all. We've been preaching for years, not your coins, not your crypto. If you're thinking about getting into cryptos, you need to educate yourself first before diving in. Actually understand what blockchain is, where crypto actually comes from, the difference between centralized and decentralized, and whatnot. You just need to educate yourself before going into the space head first. And then when stuff like this happens, you don't lose everything because you are smart, you educate yourself, you keep everything mostly in a cold storage or a self-custodial wallet. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this article. If so, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, the Crypto Sherpa is out.